absolutely no relevance to the video. It's kind of just there. It's just there. I don't know. I'm gonna move it, but I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. Try not to focus on it too much, because I know I will be. I love Rick and Morty, so that's why. But in this video, I know it's super long overdue, but I'm going to be doing some positive affirmations. It's kind of like, so what I'm going to be reading from a textbook, so they are quotes from like a story. They're not like necessarily quotes, but they kind of are, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are other people's words. But when I was reading them, I was like, what the hell? Like, these are really good, like, words for affirmations. I kind of think of them as like words that people need to hear, like almost like hard to swallow pills, like that expression. And I was reading, I was like, well, where was this story when I needed it? But I have like parts of it like highlighted, and then like more of it highlighted. Like, there's some good stuff in here, so I'm gonna be reading that, and then I'm gonna be throwing in like my own little spiel of positive affirmations. So let's start. So the story is originally about like kind of like just students, college students starting school, and then just making excuses for not doing their work. There's like a whole different kind of plot to it, but I did highlight some things, so I'm just going to be looking down and reading the story. I'll throw in some hand movements for personal attention because I know you guys like that. Okay, so the first one I highlighted says, you need to have a dream within you, a belief and resolve in your heart that you will take charge of your life and make yourself proud. I highlighted this one because I kind of feel like it's almost talking about like self-defeat, kind of like beating yourself up for doing something that you think you could have done better, but because you beat yourself up about it so much, you don't try to do better. And like I said, I highlighted these mostly like for you guys, but these are things that I also went through and then still kind of go through. Again, hard to swallow pills. So I like when it talks about things like right above it, there's like a little, I'll hold it up, there's like a little billboard, or made to look like a billboard, and it says, if you never have a dream, you'll never have a dream come true. Like, this whole thing is just very uplifting and positive, and that's why I like it. But then the next one says, and if you've made mistakes in the past, and many of us have, your attitude should be, I can change my behavior. I'm going to learn to work hard so I can get somewhere and be someone. It kind of goes like hand in hand with the first one that I read. And then the second one says, if you've made mistakes in the past, and many of us have, your attitude should be, I can change my behavior. I'm going to learn to work hard so I can get somewhere and be someone. Be someone, be someone, be someone. And I think that kind of goes in with the first one. I think they kind of go hand in hand, because we beat ourselves up so much about mistakes that we've made in the past, mistakes that are easily, fixable, easy things that you can learn from. But if you dwell on them and think that your mistakes that happened in that moment define you as a person, you won't be able to move on from them and, work hard and work towards something that you can be proud of. You don't have to dwell on things that aren't going to have any relevance to you in the nearby future. So there's no reason to dwell on them. There's no reason to beat yourself up about them. You make the mistakes and then you go forward and you learn from them, instead of just feeling like you're a failure or feeling like there's nothing you could have done, there's nothing that you can do. So you just continue to, be upset about it. Okay, now this next one is probably one of my favorites from the whole story. It's kind of meant to make you think of like a mental image, like make a picture in your head. So it's pretty much an illustration. spark of determination within. In such circumstances, you must try your best to be a hero. You must battle the odds. You must keep alive a belief deep inside yourself that you can make your world a better one. And the first step in doing that is to know your life has been hard, but that you will not give up. Again, when we make mistakes or when we do things that we feel like are not good enough because we didn't get the recognition or the validation that we deserve, we can feel like we're not good enough. And then all of that can build into a snowball and something called the snowball effect. And when you know you've had a hard life and you feel like things keep getting harder and harder and harder, it'll escalate into a bigger snowball and it'll just keep going. The snowball will keep growing and growing until it's just a big ass snowball, the snowball effect. So I know a lot of you guys out there, you guys talk to me, you tell me things that you're going through and that you're trying to be a positive person, and I admire you for that, and I am proud of you for doing that, because it's important to try. It's important to try. And I think one of the first steps to fully getting to where you want to be with your life mentally and emotionally, when you want to be happy, is to admit that you know you've had a hard life. We've all gone through things. Just because someone's struggles or what someone goes through might not be as big as what you're going through, or your problems might be smaller than what other people are going through, it doesn't mean that you have to invalidate what you've gone through, or that what you have gone through in the past is not important because it's not as big or significant as what other people are going through. I hope that makes sense. But you have to admit that you've gone through a rough time and you're strong enough to move forward from that. Because you've gotten this far, so you must be able to go a little bit further. And I know we all know someone in our life, whether we're close to them or not, that has a tendency to take out their anger and their frustrations on other people, whether it be you or people around you. And their excuse is just because they've had a hard life, which is true, but we can't make an excuse for it. We can't take our issues out on other people because of how hard we've had it. And that's one of the things that they talk about in this specific story, realizing that you've had a hard life, but dealing with it head on so that you don't take it on people that you care about and you're not isolating yourself from the world. And it says, to grow, we must sometimes set sail in new directions and leave toxic acquaintances and friends behind. At such times, we must have the courage and strength to depend on ourselves. We must be ready to handle the loneliness that may be part of marching to the beat of our own drummer. We must not cling to the crowd when it prevents our personal growth. So that one, again, another one of my favorites that I highlighted. So this one's talking about growing as a person and not being afraid of being lonely. We all have at least one person, one or more, that is just toxic in their own life. They just walk around with just this nothing but negative energy, and that negative energy can get thrown onto you, dragging you into just all these different situations that you really don't need to be a part of. So when they're saying things like, we must set sail in a new direction and leave toxic friends and acquaintances behind, you can't be afraid of being lonely if that means holding on to toxic people in your life, clinging on to a crowd that you know you shouldn't be a part of. Because you're never alone, you're never dealing with problems by yourself. There's always someone in your life who will be there for you at the drop of a dime, who will be there for you, who will look out for you, who cares about you, because everybody is important to somebody. And to grow, you must realize that there are people in your life that you just don't need to have in your life, and it's okay to let go of them. It's okay to want to move on and want better for yourself, because you've come to the realization that these are not people that you want in your life. These are not people that you need in your life. And to grow or mature, it's okay to leave those and push you to do things that are beneficial to you, not people who will hold you back or say negative things, whether it be about you or someone you know, someone you don't know. When people are so comfortable spewing out that negativity like that, you have to like think and realize like maybe this is not the kind of people that I need to hang around. So if you know you're not like that, there's no reason for you to be around people like that. Another hard to swallow pill. Okay. This next one is thought number 7. The opportunity to help others. As you seek to grow, the larger goal to keep in mind is that by gaining power for yourself, you will gain the power to be of help to others. So I highlighted this one, I think, because I feel like I relate to a little bit. I was at a place where mentally and emotionally I was in a place where I thought that I really did have no one. I didn't have friends that I could talk to, even though I did. I just didn't want to bother them with my problems. So I just kept it all in and didn't talk about it with them. And that was one of my problems, was holding it all in. Like I needed to talk to someone, and once I did, and once I got all of it out, I felt a lot better. And then I started to find hobbies for myself. So when I would feel those moments of anxiety or feel like I'm having a breakdown, a panic attack, I would paint, and that painting was my outlet for a short period of time. I haven't painted in a while. I need to get back on that, but that was my like hobby, my like escape almost. And that's what I tell people when they ask me. I say find a hobby. It doesn't necessarily have to be painting. Find something that will take your mind off of it, will relieve you of all that stress. But once I started to gain power and started to feel like I was in control of myself and my emotions again, it was around like 2016 maybe, and I discovered ASMR, and I was like, this is like really interesting. Like, why is this relaxing me so much? I would play ASMR when I was stressed out about tests or whatever in school. I would play ASMR in the back while I'm studying or whatever, and it would relax me. And it took away the anxiety that I was feeling at that moment. And that's when I realized, when I started to grow and started to gain power, like they were talking about, I was like, I want to do this for other people. I want other people to be able to feel how I felt when my muscles were relaxed and I wasn't feeling like I was about to have a panic attack. And ASMR was an outlet for me, and I know that this is an outlet for a lot of you too. I know now it's being made fun of as a joke, and people are making videos about everything that's wrong with ASMR, when really this is nothing but an outlet for people who need it. And people make it weird. I know it's hard to understand, it's hard to explain. Trust me, I've tried. It's hard. And so people are going to make fun, and they're going to make jokes, and they're not going to understand. But I mean, I know I'm not ashamed to talk about how it was an outlet for me when I was depressed and I was going through everything that I was going through. Like, there's so many things that I could talk about, and eventually I'll make a video on like how I started ASMR, why I started it, but to just give you like the basics of it. When I was I'll put a little trigger warning. When I was in high school, I was just not in a good place, and I thought causing physical pain to myself would take away from the emotional pain that I was feeling, and that's just the mindset that I used to have. And then I started talking to someone, and I found ASMR, and I regained all of that. I regained all of that confidence that I was lacking, that self-respect for myself that I needed. And I would just kept telling myself that it would be okay, and that I would be okay, and that I'm important, and that I matter, because those are things that I needed to hear from other people, but I needed to tell myself that first. So while positive affirmations are great and validation from other people is great, and we need it, we we need to start telling ourselves that first, because once we start telling ourselves that, then the more we tell ourselves that, the more we'll start to believe it, and then eventually people will come and then they'll start giving you that recognition and that validation that humans need and what they deserve, you know. So that's my little spiel on that. I'm not saying that to get pity from people or have people feel sorry for me. I'm saying that truly because it's what I went through and it's how I started this whole thing. You know, I never thought that my channel would grow this much, because this was honestly something that I did because I knew it helped me, and if it helped me, then that means it probably helps other people. And then when I came into the community, I found out that that's exactly what ASMR was pretty much made for. You know, help people relax, relieve them of anxiety, help them sleep when they need it, because they're staying up because of, you know, medical reasons, emotional reasons, mental reasons. It's a whole bunch of things like we don't know. So when people make fun of it, they don't know the full extent of how much this community and this little whispering into the mic, like what it does for people. Hearing these affirmations as you're going to sleep, this is the last thing your brain is going to remember before you go to sleep. Hearing someone tell you that you matter and that you're important, and then you just wake up feeling really refreshed and like relaxed. It's crazy. But yeah, that's my little spiel on it. So I'm going to read one more before I end the video. This one says, "The heart of the matter is not the speed at which a person learns. The heart of the matter is his or her determination. I will learn." So I kind of cut that short because it kind of spews off into something else relating to the beginning of the story. But so you're not going to just wake up tomorrow after watching this video, falling asleep to this video, and just, you know, be 100% happy with yourself. It's going to take time. I would love if that were the case, where we could just wake up and everybody just be happy. I would love that. But it is going to take time for me. It took time. It took about 3 years, and I'm still going through stuff. Like, to this day, I'm not saying like I'm, you know, completely content with everything that I'm going through. I'm still learning and I'm still growing. But I'm in a much better place than I was last time, and that's something that I think is like important. And our mind and our hearts can say different things. Like, you could think that you're okay, but then you feel it in your chest that you're actually not 100% okay. Like, you know, when you're sad, something's made you sad, like really, really sad, like on the verge of bawling your eyes out, and you can like feel that, like pain in your chest, like you're like lump in your throat, pain in your chest, like your heart feels really heavy. Like, that's like, you can feel the sadness in your heart. Like, that's what that feels like. And the thing that the sentence is saying, pretty much like in my own words, how I interpret it is, it's not about how fast you get the self-confidence or self-respect or whatever it is that you need. It's not how fast you get it. It's about telling yourself that eventually you will get, like, continuing to tell yourself eventually you will get the self-confidence that you need. You will start loving your body, loving your face, loving the little features that you might not like about yourself. Eventually you'll get there, and if you keep telling yourself that, like, I promise you'll get there. I feel like people need to hear those hard to swallow pills, like telling yourself that you need to get rid of those toxic friends that aren't really your friends. Those, you know, stop trying to force yourself to just be happy and fake positive. Like, learn to get there slowly but surely. Learn to get there. It's a learning process. This whole thing, it's a learning process. It's a growing process. Finding hobbies for yourself that'll take your mind off of it. If you feel yourself starting to have panic attacks, anxiety attacks, like for me, I had a panic attack at work once. I had to go to the bathroom and just take a couple minutes to myself. I had to take a couple deep breaths. You know, counting to 10 may work for you, it may not. You don't even have to count. Just take slow deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, slowly, very slowly, and tell yourself that it'll be okay, that you'll be okay. I had to tell myself scenarios that you may not relate to, a few that you may relate to, or you might relate to them all. Who knows? But what you have to remember is that the fights that you had to fight with yourself, your brain has made you stronger because you're still here and you're still fighting and you're still going through what you're going through, but you're getting there day by day. You're getting there, and just keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that you're strong as person. And every day that you wake up is a step closer to you getting where you want to be, where you need to be in life, where you want to see yourself. Those are the hard to swallow pills. I keep saying that because it's the truth. Those are things that we all need to hear, and we all need to come to that realization. So I hope this video helped. I'm always available to talk. I never want, I never charge anything for you guys just wanting to talk to me. You can talk to me wherever if you don't feel comfortable talking about it in the comments. You don't have to. You can always message me privately on Instagram. I have an email that you can email, and we can talk for however long you need to. Tell me what you're comfortable telling me. It's nothing. Like, seriously, I've gone through the same thing where I've wanted to reach out to someone but was afraid of what they might think or what they might say. So just, if you need someone to reach out to, even if it's not me, because you might not know me, reach out to someone that you trust and that you know will be there for you.